and giving a few minutes and to allow others to join for the first kickoff of the winter series. So while we're waiting on everybody to come on, maybe those that are on the Facebook Live, just let us know where you're streaming in from, whether it's from Navajo, Pueblo, Mescalero, Jicarilla, or all across different areas in Indian country. So we want to hear from you, see where you're coming in from. So let us know in the chat or the Facebook comments. That'd be good. So as we get started here, 6:33 p.m., we just want to welcome everybody to the first kickoff of the Winter Culture Series, co-hosted by the Indigenous Youth Council and also the New Mexico Indian Affairs Department, along with our other co-sponsors that we'll be having throughout the series. So I just wanted to welcome everybody for joining us here tonight. And we have 4 of the 7 youth council members here with us. And so I want to give them a little bit of time to introduce themselves, where they're from, and tell us a little bit about themselves. So I'll pass it over to Kaylee Wood, and then I'll pass it to Ian, and then Alicia and Shayna. So Kaylee Wood, go ahead.
Danjo, Kaylee Wood, Shiji, Shema, Allison Wood, Shikaya, Romaine Wood, Dulcie Shikaya, Lineto, and University of New Mexico, Wichita. Hi, everyone. My name is Kaylee Wood. Excuse me. My name is Kaylee Wood. I am from the Hickory Apache Nation, and I currently reside here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where I attend the University of New Mexico at the College of Nursing, and I've been a part of the, I've been a part of the IYC of this past year, which was the inaugural year. So yeah, it's nice for everyone to be attending this, and thank you, Tristan, and the rest of the IYC and NMAID for putting this on. This is really awesome. So thank you.
At a Ian telling us don't initially a Twitter cheat initially on a bushes team, my discreet hello everyone, my name is Ian Teller. I am from the Navajo Nation. I am currently a student at the University of Southern California. As you can tell, I'm in the school music building. I had to run out of class just a little bit early to be here. But I'm super excited, and I'm glad that you're all here to learn some cultural teachings and stories that have some great understanding and knowledge with it. So yeah, excited to be here.
Go at see Maraho Lisa Christmas. Hello everyone. My name is Alicia Carice. I'm from the Pueblo of Giwa, also known as Santo Domingo Pueblo. Super excited to be here with the rest of our co-founders with the inaugural Indigenous Youth Council under the state of New Mexico. Super excited to see, all of our viewers come through from all of our nations here in New Mexico to come together and learn about our Diné storytelling. So great that you are able to make it, and we really appreciate your presence here.
We again the insengiti iri mavito ha hotundu navi mana kana khashin aran hodumi navi mana navi owinge khapo. Hi everyone, my name is Shannon Naranjo. I'm from the Pueblo of Santa Clara, and I am one of the co-chairs for the APCG Youth Committee, along with Alicia, and also on the Indigenous Youth Council. And I'm very excited to be joining you all today to listen in on some cultural stories that I maybe haven't heard before, because these are centered on Diné lifestyles. But I'm really excited to be able to listen in, especially as at home we just got snow in the north. And so I feel like, I just need a fire and some hot chocolate and grandma and grandpa, and this would feel like home for me.
Thanks, Kaylee, Ian, Alicia, and Shayna. And we also have Jeremy. He's coming from the Mescalero Apache tribe, as well as Trinity, and she's coming from the Poyake Pueblo, our relatives, as well as from all the other places within the state of New Mexico and our tribal youth, our tribal representation. So us 7 is what comprises of the Indigenous Youth Council. And my name's Tristan Black. Dona en the Shinigi Kia an in the Shne. Do Tkotichini Bashichin, but Ani Dashiche. Dog is a Slana Dashanella. So part of the Navajo Nation Youth Advisory Council, and here with my colleagues. And we also have our New Mexico Indian Affairs Department, our advisors, our senior advisors, and our core team with Kaylee, Eldred, Sherry, and others, as well as we want to send our appreciation to Secretary Trujillo for bringing us together, as well as the governor for challenging tribal nations to, have that elevating youth voices. So we appreciate all of our leadership for bringing us together and initiating some of these projects that we've initiated. So the Winter Culture Series intends to grow and invest in activities that support cultural revitalization, cultural grounding, and traditional healing. So each IYC member wanted to initiate a project in support of Native youth across the state and across Indian country virtually. So we're all very blessed and honored to have these storytellers share their knowledge, share their cultural wisdom and the teachings that they've acquired and sharing with us today. And so now we want to introduce our storyteller. Now, Loren Silver. Loren Silver is a Navajo culture teacher, and he teaches Navajo language and culture. And tonight, Loren's going to share with us the teachings about we use the strings. So if you have your strings, now is the perfect time to learn. When it's cold, you're inside, you're trying to stay warm, you can do something with the strings. And so Loren's going to share a little bit of the cultural knowledge on the Navajo perspective and about what is the significance of string and how important it is to our lives, to our mind, to our body, and just taking care of ourselves. And so now we want to go ahead and share Loren Silver's story teaching with all of you tonight. And we'll go ahead and wrap it up after Loren provides those teachings. So we'll go ahead and share the video now of Loren Silver. And so Sherry, if you're able to open up.
De da is nog tsagi do nadan natligi she yam ashin hinshle dort is a lande bashish chin hashka zo da she chi tot sohni da shnal nagid khuhat le de ade inasha ade ishte hoko. Greetings, my relatives that are watching, that are viewing this evening. Good evening. My name is Loren Silver. My clans are Salt Clan, born for the Mini Goat Clan. My maternal grandfather are the Yucca Fruit, and my paternal grandfathers are the Big Water. And I currently reside in Indian Wells, Arizona. And tonight, I'll be talking about string. In English, we call it Navajo string game, but in our language, in the Nebazad, we say na'at ol did ol. This is a string, and it came from the creation story of Spider Woman. So first is just the background of how the Spider Woman utilized this string to as a tool to teach changing woman. Dishin ohligi chose do in the shin quagi diolgi sanatle away long quagi what or yenes ha do in the dia quite or ye betrahol zelo in the dia adul each ila ido adul ko dik abla ashlai din hinahi na don he adole il inigit ishi with ye yenes ha. The story goes where changing woman was as a child was taken to Spider Woman, and Spider Woman gave her a string, and at the time she wasn't able to do any of the physical movements that today that we humans do, and just even as far as standing, picking objects up, and eye-hand coordination, visual perception, all these things, these was all brand new to her, and she used the string to help Changing Woman as a young baby. She utilized that, and telling her to copy her using the string, telling her to use your index finger and then get this string and then do opposite and then do this, and she was able to copy that. And what she kunna she nalti that ado in the debik echo she nas do ebik echo ado that now you lost using her hands, just to at the point too where she was telling her to stand up, stand easy, then she stand, and then she able to get her balance, and then and she got her balance and telling her, okay, take a step forward to me, and she's able to do all these small motor skills, and using the string fine-tune her motor skills. Then from there she was able to do all types of other designs with the string, and starting to use her eyes and hands and to see things like distance wise. First she kola each dantil she I get those anzon she koda not she not go da she she the dit oligipe it in zadigi to the quagit or yet or be ila. So utilizing the string, she'd be able to see things, the distance wise, how far, if it's out of her reach, or if she could be able to reach and get a hold of the object. So these teachings have been utilized for centuries, from generation to generation, and is usually utilized during the winter time, after the first frost in the fall, after the October. From there you wait for that first frost, for all the winter animals, winter insects, when they hibernate, you take out the string and then you utilize that, and then plus the nights get longer, and it could be a source of way of traditional education. This is the things that we utilize. And the creation story lay from the first world, second world, third, fourth world to the fifth world. So these are all how it's kind of like laid out, and these using the string. So this is the kind of a source of ways to introducing our teaching, to be disciplined, and to have that awareness, and to have that listening skills, and then to have observation while these are being utilized. So other than the day, there are the different challenges that we face in these creation stories, and that helps us to overcome, different setbacks and different obstacles. And when you do the strings, you sometimes you feel that you want to learn something, but it gets difficult, and then you stay with it, and then after a while you learn how to do that. And then she Changing Woman was taught to use the string. Then from there she started using the loom, and she started weaving, and through that, and she first learned how to weave. When she first learned how to weave, the first one, she wove a blanket that was all white, using white yarn or white wool, and then from there it was black. She wove a black blanket. Then the next one, she wove was a striped design. Was just everything was all striped with different colors. Then the fourth one, she put different designs and put different patterns in there, like even the sky or water, or that's eggy, those are the things that she should put in there. So from there, and the string has a teaching. It has a protection way teaching, they call it and then also a blessing way. So there's two types, there's the protection way. That one is more of awareness, of having that awareness, and then also your sense of hearing, utilizing your senses to protect yourself and to have protection, and then also to have that good behavior, to control behavior, to have that awareness of your own self, as far as you don't you might be shown different things multiple times, but you stay persistent, but you don't get upset, you don't get frustrated, you just stay calm. These are just the types of ways that they utilize that. And then also the beauty way, the blessing way, is that growth of learning, that you want to continue on, and then learn more, and having that desire and that determination to learn some new designs, and then some new creations. So those are just some of the things that they utilize, and that they're also expressing, experiencing blessings. You come upon good teachings, or maybe some good blessings, maybe a new bracelet, or maybe without egi not egi in the day send. Maybe you might learn some more stories, and maybe some traditional songs, and these are just the different types of blessings that it has for the blessing way. So, and then one of the first things that she taught changing woman was how to do the one diamond. We call it the big star. The one diamond is you make the one diamond, call it the big star. And what that represents is that positive thinking. You look through that. You look through that big star, you look through it, and then you make that imprint that in your thought process. You look through it, and then you develop that positive thinking, that positive attitude, that positive mind, that that you develop, that you have no limitations, there's no doubt, oh, okay, I can do this. You have that in the back of your mind, that you're gonna, this is what you want to do, this is what you want to achieve, and those are just some of the, and then through that one diamond, it's like, because that big star, because the star is up there in the sky, you look through it, and it's like you develop that big broad spectrum. Your mind opens up. It's like you look at the whole galaxy, the whole universe, and then you start looking at it from there. It's like your mind opens up that big. It's like that why you have all that space in there to put knowledge and information in there. The college that ain't got in the art in the day art and sakisi you squashy level art in the art EPG neither art that boy art bahas ako. What in the day, and through that in the day you develop that awareness in the day, the different developments of in your everyday life. So in the day it's you develop these different beautiful creation in the day, like the two diamond in the day from there on. There's other ones like, you know, the traditional hair tie, like the tzit all so edit all just is tzit all, you know, tzit naz that or tzit all along this is called tzit all, traditional hair tie. In the day and so it helps you, and like when you do certain things, like when you do you using both hands, it's like you stay, it helps you to stay focused. And then when you do these different creation, like the man that flips over, I think it's not so we this is what how we use the string to develop a strong mind, to have that critical thinking skills. Though in the day it develops planning. So it's like, you know, that so through that you have a plan, you have a blueprint, and then you have that you organize organize your plans of how you want to be able to go about your life, and like the different stages you have that development in your thought process through that planning and through that you look at the constellations like I said, you know, like you have that star, and then we do Pleiades, so when you look out, when you go out in the evening time, in the winter time, you see it, then you see the Pleiades there, and then every time you go back out, and it's moving. So in that the whole universe is in motion. It's a movement. This whole universe, like it's moving whole. So, you know, the ceremonies, it has that ties to it. So like the whole so, you know, you can put all these into, you know, they interwove with all they interlock with all in this, in our traditional stories, in our traditional teaching with so hatral ado hogala bijit na hotlol it has knowledge, it has wisdom. So knowledge that it has, it's like kind of has that rough perception. It's like, you know, you have to be aware, and you have to have that, you know, conscious awareness. So other than the wisdom, it's smooth. Once you learn it through a trial and error, it's like you learn this knowledge. But then you have that wisdom from there, from that wisdom, and it kind of smooths out. So these are just you know, there's the different ways called the patterns, the different patterns. So like I said, you know, from the beginning there's a starting one here. You do the big star, like the one diamond. You do that. You know, that's one of the starting ones. From once you start your winter strings teachings, and I don't really call it string games. When I talk to my students, I say this is a string. It's you know, winter way as or part of our traditional teaching. So that star that teaches us to have that light in our mind, in our thought process, to create that vision, for that long vision, you know, for yourself, you know, what do you want to accomplish in the next 2 or 3 years? You know, the big so that develops that the determination and how to be persistent, you know, daily, day in and day out, and how to go about your life, because you have that vision, and you have that vision in the back of your mind, and then you have that determination to accomplish that, and then to get where you want to get, and also to be persistent. In the day from there, it teaches you that the learning throughout your life. It has that learning, that lifelong learning. You have that in front of you. You can acquire a lot of these teachings, as many as you can, because as you grow older, you're going to get married, you're going to have children, you're going to have grandchildren. So you acquire all of these, so you pass those back on to your children, and then to your grandchildren, and then even down to your great-grandchildren, and then to 4 generations. And this string develops that thought process for that long. Your in the day from there, you have the different types of how to the different levels the different levels the different levels the how complicated are these creations, you know, like some of are very simple. Some of them are a little bit more complicated. So there's the different levels. So when changing women learn all these different ones, I'm going to do the butterfly right now. So the different levels, the different levels. So when she was doing all of these different creation with the strings, and Spider Woman was giving her that approval. She was giving her stamp of approval. Okay, yeah. And then she put all those in so like so it helps you to stay focused and then utilize that critical thinking skills. So at the beginning, when you start in the fall time, you know, there's different ones. Like I said, you know, you start with the big star, and then the horn star. With all keys in the another one too is that you can learn is the coyote. It goes in separate directions. This one just basically kind of helps you in your who, what, where, when. That it kind of helps you develop those type of you know, questioning skills, and that tagging on in the day with all badahan and level in the day you have you know, the brain development like you have a left brain and then you have a right brain. So ADG big econon adon de betrak gitlan betrak edot nan hotlon so khodo edi khagi khodo you cross that midline you cross that midline nan so eco in the day you stay in balance go edo you see bini yella for the brain development the neck now we give these we give the string to children at a very young age so they can start having that good solid brain development. And then also hand work is that eye-hand coordination, utilizing your hands. I want to make the tache, I want to make the sweat house. And then your eyes, your eye-hand coordination. So so your eyes and your hands you utilize that and the day from there your learning disability, kids who have learning disability that have a hard time with even speaking, they stutter or that in the day pronouncing things, they can make and then you start hitting those sounds so so in the day and one of the things too is string is utilized in winter time because the winter time is when the days are shorter and nights are longer, so it can bring your family together too. Uncles, they might have some other ones that other people don't know, so that's one way to teach one another of different the different creations with these with the strings. So it's a good way to bring family together in the winter time to have a strong family unity in your home. Build a nice fire and then sit down and say, hey, do you know how to do this? So in the day you teach one another as a family. The day that brings back the creation stories and then how the stories come back together, and then you bring it all back together as a family. So you learn that. So then pretty soon that can also lead into your own clan stories too, and others, other creation stories, and even down to the twin warriors. So at the end, in the day, the changing Spider Woman used after Changing Woman gave birth to Nayed Monster Slayer and Born for Water, and she used the string again because they were going to go see their father, and they said, you're going to have a lot of different encounters on your travel to go see your father. You had to be disciplined, you had to be focused, and those are just some of her disciplines. So she used the string to discipline them and to go see their father, the son. So and I'll be closing with that. And she it was a good thing that she had these this teaching, so we can still utilize it, and it's been carried on for generation to generation, and our elders, they rely on these type of teachings. So if you have a grandma or a grandpa at home, thank them for that. Thank them for their knowledge, and then for their wisdom, and then for their teachings too. So although you have elders, go thank them. They ask them questions, and they're our source of knowledge. They're our source of information. So tap into those in this in this time in this time, utilize those to strengthen yourself, to strengthen your mind, and then your physical, and then your wellness, and then your also your mental capacity. So I want to say thank you for giving us opportunity to share some of what I've gathered so far up to this time. So in my life, and I teach 7th through 12th graders. So I try to utilize these type of teachings in my classroom too. So I hope you enjoy this and then continue on. And I want to encourage all of you to get a string come winter time, and then make some of these creations, and then also these different designs. And they say when you're done at night, and then when you get done with it, they'll put it around your neck, and then you can go to sleep so you can think of some more. That's one of our other ones too. So so you can go to sleep. Then so you can dream about some more patterns and come up with some new designs too. So so I just want to leave that with you, and then utilize the string on a regular basis during the winter time. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Silver, for sharing your stories, sharing your wisdom about string naoto and the teachings behind it. It's really important, especially during the winter time, to take the time to just learn about the strings. And I hope you all were able to follow along, but don't worry, you can check out this video with Mr. Silver on the New Mexico Indian Affairs Department YouTube channel. So we can go ahead and provide that link on the social media platforms or in the comments, and it'll be available there if you want to go back to it, learn the movement with his hands and learn along the way. So you can check out that on the YouTube channel. So we just want to thank everybody for joining us here. And we also have a special announcement for this evening for our next cultural series. And that is, and we can go ahead and pull up the flyer here. And so our next cultural series is having it with Miss Laura K. Jangles, and she's going to be teaching us and sharing the stories about the Grandpa's Canes, which is a historical creative nonfiction. So come along with us every bi-weekly on Thursdays from 6:30 in the evenings here on the Facebook New Mexico Indian Affairs page. So follow us for our next cultural series that's going to happen Thursday, February 10th at 6 p.m. Same location here on Facebook at the New Mexico Indian Affairs Department. And I know in the comments we had some of our Pueblo relatives. We had some coming from Colorado, some coming from various parts of the state. So we just want to thank everybody for coming and joining us here tonight. And be sure to follow the Indigenous Youth Council on Instagram, as well as the New Mexico Indian Affairs Department on Facebook, as well as Instagram. So keep on the lookout for our next cultural series. And for that, we will be signing out for this first kickoff for the Winter Cultural Series. So thank you all for joining. Thank you to our sponsors, New Mexico IAD, and our co-sponsor within the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center at our next series, as well as the Indigenous Youth Council. So with that, we will sign off and have a good evening, everybody. Good night. Go on it.